Welcome back, State of Decay 2 Survivors. Your boy Congrex's Prime, and we're going to be talking about the possibility of getting some kind of trailer, some kind of news on State of Decay 3 on the Microsoft Showcase of 2023. And I know that everybody's looking forward to this. I know I am. I know we're trying to not get super hyped about getting some information because if nothing gets showcased for us that day, I am going to be very distraught, very heartbroken, as I have been for the last couple of years, where that Microsoft showcase last year and the year before did not even speak about State of Decay 3, not even in passing, not even mentioning. Now I do have a little hope because it's been 3 years, and I would assume that they will have to be at least halfway done with the State of Decay 3 project if they were telling us the truth back in 2020 when they said that was in pre-production or about to be in pre-production. And as of like right now, you guys know that Under Labs has two studios, one in Seattle and one somewhere in Orlando, Florida. And by the way, Under Labs, if you're watching this video, I'm real close to Orlando, Florida. So if you need, somebody to test something for you guys of State of Decay 3, I'll sign whatever NDA you need me to sign, and I'll keep quiet and only give out information that you give me permission to, free of charge. You don't even have to pay for my gas, boarding, or plane ticket because, like I said, I'm only like 45 minutes away or so from any spot in Orlando. Wink, wink. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking. I'm joking. Back to the video. I think that we are probably going to get something. According to IGN, though, there was a leak on the showcase for all first-party games of Microsoft, and that does include Under Labs. Won't show up trailers, CGI trailers, that were actually supposed to show gameplay. So that kind of scares me a little bit because I was expecting a trailer of State of Decay 3. And if State of Decay Under Labs is part of the first-party companies that it's under the umbrella of Microsoft, which they are because they got bought by Microsoft several years ago, right before State of Decay 2 came out. I would assume that they will have to show some kind of gameplay or something that matches what the game's going to be. So I don't know, just by that particular article, which I'll be flashing that article, and you guys can look it up. It's from IGN, and they're saying that, like I said, in a way, it's kind of cool because we're gonna get a lot of gameplay replays on the actual showcase. But in a way, it kind of scares the hell out of me because I wanted to see some kind of something of State of Decay 3, which I don't know. I have the strange suspicion that they are not possibly ready, and if they are ready, then that means they weren't telling us the truth back in 2020. So I'm gonna assume that Under Labs is not being transparent with its community. But then again, they might be, and I'm hoping at this point that they are because I wanted to see something, and I'm sure the whole community wants to see something in terms of State of Decay 3. But let's just say we don't. Let's just say we get nothing. That means that the game is nowhere near being halfway done, or even nowhere near being ready even by 2025 at this point. So that's kind of like going to be the breaking point for the community. I think if we don't see anything in this showcase of State of Decay 3, that means that we are not going to get the game in 2025. It's looking past that, at this point. So if we see something, that means that, the game is getting closer and closer. If we don't see something, then I hate to break it to everybody that's watching this video, but we're not going to get jack crap for, past 2025. I assure you that, because there's no way, there's no way that they can cough something up in 2 years. So I only know one studio that can do stuff like that, and that's Respawn, and that's what they did with Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor. So it was only like a 2-year rotation, and they were able to pump out a new game that fast. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and say that, let's just say we don't see State of Decay 3, then what can we see? I think we're going to see maybe a possible new map for State of Decay 2 because they have to keep the hype. They are working on other projects, They have about 90 to 100 people working on State of Decay 2, and the rest of their team is... Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's what they used to have. Now I think they have less than that. I think they have less than 50 people working on State of Decay 2 or something like that. I know it's a skeleton crew, but they were working on other stuff besides the heart attack, update, which it took them a year to make. So I would assume that they have something else up their sleeves for maybe next year for us. And maybe they'll put it on the showcase, whether that's a new map, whether it's a new game mode like Breakdown, because they already have the assets. We already have Trumbull Valley, thanks to Homecoming update. We have the full map, which for them to do something like transfer all the stuff over from Breakdown or the rules of Breakdown and make it as a separate mode, kind of like Heartland, kind of like Daybreak. It seems something that's very feasible for them to do, and at least it gives us something else to look forward to while they're still working on State of Decay 3 or whatever State of Decay 3 is going to mold to be. Now, there is some good news. I want to say that all of what I just said from that point on, those is all like speculatory. That's all theorized. That's another thing I said there is set in stone. So I could be 100% wrong, and I hope I am. And they show us something dope on the 11th. But if they don't, I did get a question answered, which I asked over 3 years ago on Prime Directive. And if you guys don't know what a Prime Directive is, just type in, Congrex's Prime and then type in Prime Directive, the Prime Directive, and you'll see there's about 9 episodes of that where I got together with community members of State of Decay 2. And we got together and other YouTube content creators, and we talked about, ideas and stuff that we were just, slingshotting around for State of Decay 3. And one of those ideas was being able to jump into a game with somebody else's community instead of just being kind of like extra, that you're actually in that community, that you actually will take control of the base and do things in the base like you were playing in first person mode. I mean, in the first player mode. I'm sorry. So the resources or everything you have control of, and it's not going to be something that you are just there as as an able body, not not interacting with that particular community. So it's very interesting. He actually responded by saying that they're looking into that because somebody in his live stream asked him about it, and he gave an answer, which there's a video for if you guys want to watch it. I'm going to just show you a quick snippet of the answer he gave me on his actual video itself that he posted. And, you guys can take that however you like. It's kind of cool that we have access to some of the game devs of State of Decay 3, and we're able to kind of slingshot ideas or maybe slingshot questions. And sometimes they answer us, and sometimes they gave us a vague answer. But the answer he gave me here is like they're looking into it, which to me means that they are at least considering adding something like that, a game mode or a separate something that lets us play that way. So anyway, my dudes, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day or night. Light, love, and peace. Congrex is checking out.